Intimacy in marriage requires courage. And we are going to be talking about vulnerability today and how you can be more vulnerable to have more intimacy in your marriage. This is going to be a good one. So let's get into it.
Hey there, and welcome to the Happy Wife Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Grimion, certified coach, podcaster, mom of 3, and happy wife of 19 years. I help busy women in their 40s get their spark back in their marriages without any effort from their husbands. If you're ready to get happy and get the love and connection back that you desire, then you're in the right place. Here, I'll share tips and strategies that helped me go from meh in my marriage to thriving and more connected than ever before. Are you ready, friend? Grab a LaCroix and let's get started.
Hey there, I am so excited that you are back with me here today. Today, we are going to be discussing key number 6 to more love and connection in your marriage, which is to learn to be more vulnerable in your marriage. This is going to be a juicy one because this is probably the most challenging key for me if I'm being vulnerable here with you guys today. This has been hard for me, and it still is one that I find is probably the most challenging for me. Intimacy requires courage, and so this is really, really important. It's something that we all need to learn, and it's just such a big risk, to be vulnerable. I know that it is a challenge for a lot of the women that I coach and work with as well. I found that one way that being vulnerable was hard for me in my marriage was I was defending myself all the time. If my husband said anything to me that I felt was a criticism of me, I didn't know how to be vulnerable in that moment and let him know that that hurt me. The only thing I knew how to do was defend myself, which always led to an argument. Anyone else, or is it just me? We got in a lot of arguments because I was defending myself a lot. And instead of having a tool in my tool belt to use in that situation where I could be vulnerable, it just led to arguments. And that's one reason we went and ended up seeing a marriage counselor at one point. It was because of these arguments we would get into because I was defending myself. And so this was really, really huge. And I had a huge breakthrough when I learned some skills around vulnerability. And it's just helped so much. So I hope that today is really going to help you as well. Today, we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can be more vulnerable. Hey friend, I wanted to pause this episode and personally invite you to jump into my first ever founding member program, the Magnetic Wife Method. The doors are open right now and we would love to have you inside. If you are getting value out of this mini series and really maybe you're scratching your head a little bit like, yeah, this all makes sense, but I don't know how to implement it into my personal marriage and situation, then I would love to invite you to register for this program. You can find the link below in the show notes and you can read more about it. This is going to be an amazing, intimate, small group experience where you will walk alongside other women and just really go deeper with these keys to love and connection in your marriage that I'm teaching you here. And I would love to have you. This, again, is a founding member program. So what that means is you are going to get future free access to all group programs of the Magnetic Wife Method that I launch. And so it's a very special time to jump in and just learn and grow. So again, I'd love to see you inside and I hope you'll join us. Number 1. When he says something that hurts you or when you feel hurt, instead of defending yourself, which again, for me, caused an argument 99% of the time, you can be vulnerable and you can just say, ouch. I remember the first time that I did this, and I think I've shared this on the show before, but I'll share it again because I feel like it's just so important. The first time that I used this word, ouch, to be vulnerable, and again, it was kind of scary, right? You don't know what they're going to say, but my husband said something to me that I felt like it was a little rude and hurt my feelings. And instead of defending, I looked at him and I said, ouch. And I got up, left the couch, and maybe had something to drink. I put my drink down in the kitchen and put it in the dishwasher. And I went to my bathroom just to take care of myself and take a hot bath. And within 10 minutes, he came into the bathroom and said, "Hey, I'm sorry for saying that to you. That was really rude and I should not have said that." Can I just tell you that I almost drowned in the bathtub because that had never happened before. And I was just like blown away. I was like, wow. Was the first step to me realizing that being vulnerable really, really is powerful. I was so happy to find that instead of an argument like had always happened, he came and apologized to me. Just by saying ouch and being vulnerable, it gave him space to think about what he had said. There was nothing he could come back at. It was just no argument to be had because I just stopped it with sharing how it truly made me feel. So that is a really, really powerful one. Number 2, if you feel tears coming, maybe you don't like to show your tears. You don't like for your husband or anyone else to see you crying. And I would say just consider experimenting with just crying. When you're sad, let the tears flow. We're women, we cry, and it's okay. It's really okay. Trying to stay strong. You might have been told as a kid, don't cry. Crying is for babies, Well, that's not true. We may have learned that or picked that up from childhood or anywhere in between, but you don't have to carry it forward after this point of hearing this. Just let yourself cry. And honestly, crying is such a powerful thing for our emotions. It helps us to process things that are going on. I've fully embraced it now. It's just a powerful way just to show how you truly feel. And it is vulnerable and it is risky and it's so worth it. Number 3, if you're asked to do something that'll cause you to feel resentful, or if it's going to cause you to not be able to do something that you really want to do, let's say that your husband calls you really quick and says, hey, I need you to go grab my dry cleaning today. Can you get that? I've got to go out of town for work tomorrow and I don't have time to do it. Can you go get it? And your typical knee-jerk reaction is to always say, well, yeah, I'll go get it for you because you want to be a helpful wife and all those things. We've talked about that. But if you say yes, and you've probably done this in the past, you're going to miss the workout class that you really wanted to go to that day, that was really going to make you happy. Or you are going to miss meeting a friend for coffee because you were supposed to be there at a certain time. Anything like that. If you say yes to that, even though maybe you feel like you should, but it's going to cause you to feel resentful. And I've done this in the past. Ask me how I know. Again, I've done this. If I said yes to doing something for him that is going to make me miss something that I was really looking forward to in my day, then it's going to cause me to be resentful. And I'm not going to show up with my husband the way that I want to show up and the way he wants me to show up because I am mad about that. And I'm resentful that I had to go do that. I'm even mad that he would even ask me to go do that. So I'm going to give you a little phrase that you can use. Instead of saying, sure, I'll go do it, you can think about it for a split second and you can just say, I can't. And that's all you have to say. You can simply say, I can't, and know in your heart that even though in the moment, maybe he's going to be a little bit put off that you wouldn't run and grab his laundry or from the dry cleaners or whatever else that he wanted you to do in that moment, in the long run, he is going to be happier that you said, I can't, because you are going to show up happy as a wife now that you were able to go get the workout class in that you really wanted to do today, or you are going to get to go meet your friend for coffee and it's going to fill you up and you're going to be able to show up for the rest of the day and the evening happier. You're going to be in a better mood and you're going to be filled up instead of resentful, a little bit burned out because you didn't get your workout in or you didn't meet that friend to offload some things that you wanted to talk about. And so it's just going to be a win-win all the way around. So I would encourage you to try that. And I promise you, you're going to find that it's just so helpful. Like I said, vulnerability is hard because it's risky. We don't want to get hurt. We've maybe been hurt in the past and it's scary to be vulnerable. I know for me, when I was a teenager, my dad and I were into it for some reason. I don't remember what it was about, but I just remember what he said to me. I guess I must have started crying or whatever he had said hurt my feelings. I was being vulnerable, right? And he said to me, you need to get your feelings off your shoulder. I think that at that point, it just kind of like turned a switch on me and made me not want to be vulnerable going forward. And so it's been something that I've really had to heal from. And God bless my dad. He didn't know that he was causing a major issue into my marriage at that point. So I've forgiven him for that. And we do have to take accountability for those things that we need to heal from. And we have to forgive those who may have said things to us like that and put a spirit over us of feeling like we can't be vulnerable. I know for me that it's been just a process, and it felt so good to forgive him for that and also take accountability for like, okay, yeah, that hurt. And that's really caused me some pain even going into my marriage because I haven't been able to be vulnerable in certain situations, probably because of that moment when I was a teenager. But I can take accountability for that now. And I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. I have full control over my life and ultimately my marriage because of these skills that I'm teaching you here today. And so I made the choice that I just wasn't going to let it hold me back anymore. And so I have started practicing this art of vulnerability, and it's just such amazing things to flourish in my marriage. And I know that it will for you as well. So I really, really hope that you'll experiment with some of these things that I've taught you today and just see just what transpires. So as a recap, 3 ways that we can be more vulnerable in our marriage is number 1, when you're hurt, say ouch. Don't defend yourself. Just say ouch. And walk into the other room and go take excellent care of yourself and know that you shared how you truly felt. And it's okay to feel the way you feel. Number 2, if you're asked to do something that is going to cause you to feel resentful and not be able to do something that you really wanted to do, just say, I can't. And it doesn't require any further explanation. Honestly, the shorter the explanation, the better. I can't is all you need to say. And then number 3, if you feel the tears coming and you feel like you're going to cry in front of your husband or anyone, let the tears flow, because crying is vulnerable, but it's good for you and it's just good for everyone. I think you'll find that you feel better when you let the tears flow. I hope these 3 tips helped you today to be more vulnerable in your marriage, and I just can't wait to see how it helps you. So I would challenge you this week to pick one way. Maybe you and your husband do argue a lot because you find that you're defending yourself, and what you've tried in the past just has not helped. So I'm going to challenge you this week. Take a deep breath, take a risk, and be vulnerable. And when he says something this week that genuinely hurts your feelings, it doesn't matter if he meant to or not. Your feelings are your feelings, and they deserve to be felt. Just say ouch, and just know in your heart that you were brave, and know in your heart that I'm proud of you that you did that, because I know it takes a lot of courage. I hope these tips helped you today. As always, I would love to hear from you. So if you have any questions, or if you are experimenting and want to share a win, I would love to hear it. Email me at coaching@jennygremion.com. I hope you'll do that. Until next week, I will see you right back here, and we will be talking about key number 7 to getting more love and connection in your marriage next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey girl, I hope this podcast episode blessed you today. If it helped you in any way, I would so appreciate it if you shared it with a friend. Sharing is caring, and it's the best way for you to support me in this work. I would also love to hear from you. You can DM me on Instagram at Jenny Gremion, and you can also join my free Facebook community at the Happy Wife Club with Jenny Gremion. So go do something fun for yourself today, and I'll see you right back here next week.